Welcome, everyone. I welcome you all in today's Health Talks with Experts of August month. I truly welcome you all. Thank you so much for joining in. Hi, I'm Yuktiraj Kishore. I'm a breath coach, and I'm on a mission to help people to breathe right, breathe consciously, overcome their stress, anxiety issues, attain mental peace, and have a very fulfilling life. So today we have a very eminent panelist with us, and I would like to bring her on screen. But before that, let me just share a little bit about that, why we are doing health talks with experts and what is the real reason of health talks with expert. So health talks we have started. Let me just set the context here and just give you a quick brief. We started in June 2020. Health Talks with Experts. It's a platform that brings experts from health and wellness industry to share their knowledge and wisdom and thus help people to overcome their health challenges. It's been successfully running 3 years of health talks, and we have seen people coming here from various different backgrounds, from productivity coach, forgiveness coach, healer, sujok therapist, Ayurveda doctor, and much more, in fact. So those of you do not know me well, a quick introduction about me. May I have your permission, guys? Can I share a little bit about myself? Can you just message me here P for permission? Will that be okay? Thank you. Thank you so much. So I have started my journey around as a breath coach some 4 years back. Before that, I was a regular person and still I am a regular person. But I faced a lot of ups and downs in my life that led me to choose this path. So I am a corporate manager turned fitness freak turned breath coach because I found solace with the breath and this powerful breathing that I feel within me. And this message I want to really share with every one of us, that led me to overcome my issues of health issues at physical, mental, and emotional level. And from there, it became the purpose of my life to help people to manage their emotions, especially their stress, anxiety issues, sleeping disorder, and many more fitness issues, emotional health issues, just by practicing breathing. Can you ever imagine that your breath can be so powerful? Just message me here in chat box. When was the last time you thought about your breath? Let me know very quickly. Thank you. जल्दी से मुझे बताइए. Yes, Rahul, when was the last time you thought about your breath? Okay. Hope you all can message here. Guys, I'm waiting for your message. Yesterday evening, breath practice. Yes. So those who are already in my community member, they are regularly attending. Morning also we had a session. So I just want you all to make sure that you stay connected with your breathing, practice conscious breathing. That will give you a lot of solace and a lot of time to reflect, pause and reflect over your own emotions itself. Okay, now it's time. Without any further delay, I would like to introduce you to our eminent panelist. Let me just bring her on screen. And before bringing her on screen, let me just share about her. So, if I have to share about her from the bottom of my heart, I would, the first talk, I called her and we were stranger completely, but still on our first talk only, we just bonded like anything. It went for 1 hour, and it just kept on going. It just kept on going for more than 1 hour. And I knew that she's the right person for my health talks. And let me share her profile also. So she told me that she has been into corporate world for quite a long time, and then she started her journey in 2013. Ritu is a practicing life coach and a certified alternative therapist for various healing modalities. Yes, she's the one I found having the master of various modalities that I have come across individually. She masters most of them, including NLP, past life regression, Heal Your Life teacher in India, certified ACC coach, PCC certification underway, and Reiki master. So she has mastered over multiple of tools of psychic reading. And the best part is she also helps coaches in building, in training them that how they can use various tools and techniques, as far as she has a wide range of one-on-one sessions she take, as well as the workshop she takes to help people to improve their life. So without any further delay, let me just bring upon Ritu here. Ritu, we would like to welcome you here. Everyone, please message me here. Welcome, Ritu. Great to have you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, dear. Thank you so much for joining in for today's Health Talks with Expert. It's an honor, privilege to be here, and I was so looking forward. We connected twice over the phone, and every time we build deeper and deeper connection. And I was so looking forward to, and I know this is going to be one of the finest health talks with experts for sure. So me, community, all the audience, those who are watching live us on YouTube and everywhere, stay connected, guys. And this is going to be more conversational talk also. So as we grow in the talk, make sure that you do not miss out to get help from our finest and renowned panelist, Ritu Gupta. Welcome, Ritu. The stage is all yours. Go ahead.
Thank you. Namaskar, everyone. I think that was quite an elaborate introduction. I am Ritu. I am a life coach. and an alternative therapist. I go by the name Grow with Ritu. So you can find me at www.grow, G-R-O-W with W-I-T-H, Ritu, R-I-T-U.com. And by grow, I not necessarily mean just grow, but it means get rid of worries. So it is grow with ritu.com. When I was speaking with Yukti, she mentioned that she would like to, have me talk about self-confidence. Large part of my work as a coach revolves around strengthening your own relationship with self. And I thought that talking about confidence, building confidence in the perspective of strengthening your own relationship with self would be prudent, given the fact that we all go through different dilemmas, crises in our day-to-day life, right? So about confidence, and I told Yukti, I said, I'm not going to give a long speech. I would instead give a quick introduction about the topic and then probably leave the floor open for more questions. It would be nice to keep it more interactive than me just going on, as a monotone. So confidence. When we talk about self-confidence, when we talk about, people wanting to be more confident, what are some of the things that come up in your mind? What are some of the things, and you don't have to tell me, just think for yourself, what are some of the things that you think you were not feeling very confident doing? What are some of the situations when you actually did not feel very confident? Some of the things that come up in my coaching sessions with my clients are decision making, for example, public speaking, for example. People feel very difficult, to find courage to actually do public speaking. People find it very difficult to actually make some of the tough decisions. People actually find it very difficult to actually make choices when they have to make choices, especially if they have to choose between A and B. It's very difficult for them to choose from that. And more the choices, the more the confusion. So you see, a very little thing like losing confidence or not having enough confidence is actually not just about not having confidence. It actually plays up in various situations in our life, whether it is decision making, whether it is making choices, whether it is public speaking, whether it is showing up for yourself, or even relationship management for that matter. Sometimes drawing your own personal boundaries with people in your own home and workspace. Some of the issues that people share are all sort of related to their lowering of confidence. Now, why do people lose confidence? Why is it that people are not able to build confidence? Some of the things you will do very confidently. But what happens when you have to take some critical decisions? Or what happens when you have to face large masses? What happens when you actually want to do something so dearly, but you lose confidence? Your decision making or your confidence is actually directly related to your capacity to deal with conflicts. And I'll repeat myself, you can take note of it. Your ability to deal with conflicts, your conflict management capacity is directly linked to your confidence levels. And our conflict management capacity is not really built now as adults. It's actually built in our childhood. And I'll take an example. So if you saw your parents or your colleagues or your teachers or your peers in your childhood dealing with conflicts, not so strongly, not so confidently, not so clearly, you actually saw them escaping conflicts, that if there is a conflict, then I would either escape it, or I would try and, probably put the blame on somebody else, or I would wait for a savior, wait for somebody to come and rescue me from there. If that's how you've been dealing with conflicts when you were a child, or that's how you've been conditioned as a child to deal with conflicts, that is exactly how it will show up even when you're an adult. So when you don't know how to deal with conflicts more clearly, you end up losing confidence as adults. So your conflict management capacity is directly linked to your confidence levels. So when we work backwards, what do? we start working on how we deal with conflicts as an adult now. And the moment you start to address the issues of your conflict management capacity, your styles of conflict management, now you realize that your confidence starts to go up. Okay. Similarly, for decision making, a lot of times when people have to make choices, there are two kinds of people. One who will make, if I give you 4 choices, A, B, C, D, there are some people who will choose between A, B, C, D. And then there are others who would let some of these options automatically fall off and then just choose whatever is left. So these are two absolutely different, categories of decisions that people take, styles of decision making. And it again talks about confidence. It all talks about your own sense of self. If you believe that you deserve to choose, you deserve to get what you really want, you would choose between A, B, C, D. Only when you are not sure, or if you do not believe that you deserve what you want, is when you will let some of the options automatically slip away, so that whatever is left, I'll just choose that. Right? Is that making sense? Can I just show a thumb on your screens and maybe I'll know that you're listening?
Yeah, can you all just message here, MS making sense, guys?
Oh,
are you all following, or just show the thumbs up? Keep your videos on.
Great.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, great. So you see, any kind of issue when it comes to confidence is directly linked to how you deal with your own conflicts, and something that you've been conditioned since your childhood. In my work of coaching, that's exactly what we do. We coach people to sort of overcome their issues of conflict management so that they can make better decisions, so that they can actually be more confident, so that they do not shy away from public and show up for themselves. Yeah. And I'll give you an example. So I was working with a client, and she's a homemaker. She wanted to get an identity of herself. She wanted to start a business of her own. She did start one. Her husband helped her start one. And eventually, like any business would take some time, there will be some gestation period for the business to come up. Every day she was being ridiculed by her own family and friends that, oh, it's been a month, you've not made business. Oh, it's been 2 months, you've actually made losses. And when she walked up to me, I asked her about how did she deal with conflicts when she was a child. And she realized that she actually never took her decisions on her own. All her decisions were always taken by her mother, who was a very strong lady. So she did not know how to take decisions for herself, right? And no wonder her confidence was so low. She couldn't stand up for her own choices. She couldn't stand up for what she really wanted. She did not know how to call the shots. And when the same story was repeating now in her married household, where her husband was actually putting her down to say that, why aren't you making money? Why aren't you making business? You're running losses. I actually asked her to go back and seek help from her husband this time, and ask him that you are a successful businessman. You must have taken some time to set up a particular business. It would definitely not be 1 or 2 months. What could I do differently to actually make my business grow? That little conversation of speaking up for herself helped her get all the support that her husband was to give to her. And today, if she may not be profit making, but she still is doing well, she still is very sure of making this business work in the long run. So to sum up, I think all you need to do to build your own confidence is to build your own sense of self, is to strengthen your own self-worth, strengthen your own belief that whatever you're seeking is actually something that you deserve. And when in doubt, seek help and deal with your issues with conflict management. Retrain yourself on how you deal with conflicts. A lot of times I see when people are faced with conflict, they lash out, they're very aggressive. Passive aggressive sometimes, active aggressive the other time. Sometimes they scream, shout, sometimes they just withdraw and ghost, right? Because they don't know a better way to deal with conflict. They do not know what it means to have a healthy conversation. They don't know how to show up for themselves. So deal with your own styles, and you would realize that it's a lot easier to build confidence than what it seems. So that's all I had to say about self-confidence. And I would love to take questions so that, we can actually learn via questions rather than me just going on with my monotone. Go ahead.
So everyone, floor is open now. Yeah, thank you, Rizai. One should know how to. So Rizai is saying that's a good point. One should know how to show up for oneself. Absolutely. So we are open for Q&A. You all can share if you have any questions regarding confidence building, sense of self-worth, anything that you have, we would love to, answer and take up here. Ritu, maybe you can share a few more stories by the time people are typing or any further nuggets with us.
Well, stories are plenty. So I know of somebody I was coaching who has acute stage fear. So
Okay.
the person is the person is great orator, very well established, very successful, but has stage fear. And he tried really hard to actually, memorize things, sum up things, and keep prompters so that, he can actually be guided during his speeches, but nothing of it was working. And so I actually paused him and I said, go back to your childhood. Tell me something about your childhood. Tell me your story. Because that's a clear sign that there is some trauma where you've always been hiding, which is why you don't want to show up. Limelight scares you. And when we started to deal with that, and when we started to understand that that's past, and it's not something which is going to happen today, nobody's going to bully you for showing up for yourself today, he actually was able to overcome a large part of that fear. He at least did not have a panic attack. So, like I said, there are plentiful stories. All you need to probably do is to believe in your own story and, rewrite your own way of managing conflicts. I see that Rozai has asked some of the quick tips on, it says, question is techniques or tips to hone the skill for showing up for oneself. Great. That's a great question, Rozai. Thanks. So some of the tips and techniques. So, when people are low on confidence, one of the things that they often miss out, or rather one of the things that they really suffer with is anxiety of some kind. And there are various techniques to deal with anxiety. One of them is, of course, breath work, wherein you actually breathe in deeply and breathe out equally slowly so that you actually, by way of your breath, you control your anxiety. Another tip that I always give people, especially students or especially people who are beginners in this space of breath work, is hold your thumb straight, hold your thumb in front of you, look at this side, look at this point, look at this point, hold your thumb straight, look at this point, breathe in deep. I can't breathe, my throat is really bad, but breathe in deep and blow out onto this point, concentrating on this point. So we would go like, and as you breathe in and breathe out, you will actually think of the thing that's bothering you. So you will actually think of thing that's making you anxious. You will think of all the thoughts that are crossing your mind, cluttering your mind. And it's a great way of actually grounding yourself in that moment when you have to deliver something, but you're feeling non-confident. When you may not have a lot of time to actually do a process of breath work or any other technique, this is a good way of just quickly putting your thumb aside in the front. Think of that, what's bothering you. Close your eyes, deep breath in, and breathe out. It's a tried and tested way of dealing with stage fears, dealing with on-the-spot anxieties. So that's one. The second thing, I think, which is a beautiful way, which is, of course, a longer process, is to actually go back and think, when was the last time you actually felt very confident? There must have been some time that you felt very confident. That could be as simple as maybe this morning when I was making chai, making tea for myself, I think I was very confident. I knew the process at the back of hand, right? There will be something that you're very confident in doing. Now go back to that process and ask yourself, what were you doing differently? Did you know the skill too well? Did you know the people who were involved too well? Did you have all the resources with you? What was it? Or was it the environment which was very conducive to actually make you feel very confident? So write that down for yourself and then ask yourself, in the present situation, when you're not feeling very confident, something that's bothering you, ask yourself that in this situation, which of these elements are missing? Are the people missing? Is the environment missing? Do I not have the skills? And which of these elements are in your control? Do you have control over skills? Can you hone your skills? Can you actually create a better environment or do it in another environment? Do you have all the resources, or are there some resources that you can get on your own and the rest of them you depend on others? Ask yourself these questions. And if you see that none of these elements actually are there in the present scenario, it's time to relook at your decision and see, do you really want to do this? That's making you feel so non-confident. Maybe you are not doing it because you really want to do it. Maybe you are doing it out of compulsion, or maybe you're just pushing yourself to do it because you want to please somebody. And it's not something that you really want to do. Because if there is something that you really want to do, most of the resources that you need to do that thing will already be inside of you. So that's the other piece. It's important to actually self-reflect that, do you really want to do this? Yes. Thanks, Razai. Okay, we have another question.
Yeah. So Shirangneki is asking how to help without fear of what. So she's saying that I've been best to student till 8th standard, I guess, but I couldn't grow and show my heart. Why it is so? I think she's fearful in talking back. So why I'm feeling so fearful in talking back? Am I right, Shirangneki? Is that what you meant? Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So till 8th standard, she has been best student, and after that, she wants, but she's not able to express herself. She's feeling fearful and talking back and sharing her heart. So why it's so?
So if I get you right, what you are very scared about is people judging. Is that correct? Yeah. Is that correct? I can't hear you. You have to unmute yourself.
Wait, I am unmuting you. Just, yeah, you can speak now, Shirangneki. We are not audible. You're not audible here. I'm just adding you here.
Now it's okay, Mama.
Yeah.
Yes, I can hear you, dear. Yeah.
I'm a topper in 10th standard, but at the time it was they are saying that 8th is a public exam, like that they were saying. Till 8th standard, everyone were on their way only. But once on entering that age, I'm not able to show. I'm able to show, but they are not accepting as such. It's like
we lost you. We can't hear you. Can't hear you. Can't hear.
Unmute yourself, dear.
Now, ma'am.
Rangneki,
Yeah.
unmute.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was studying in my school days, ma'am, but the people were showing their face after I don't know that attitude. Why do they hurt us so that much? Why do they hurt us? I don't know. Okay. I'm a shy student only. I won't talk much, but if I like, I will speak like anything. I will share everything. I will also get from them, but I'm not able to share. But till that age, they were accepting me. They are accepting my heart. But once they are their attitude is different. I don't know what should I do.
Okay.
It's,
Okay.
they are speaking with other girls and they are not speaking with me.
I feel you. Yeah.
But my child, but you're saying that childhood is better than your you cannot grow confidence in adulthood.
No, that's not what I said. What I said is that if in childhood you've not felt that confidence, or if you've not been able to resolve conflict, for example, I will take your example. So you said that by till 8th standard you had friends were listening to you, they were accepting you, they understood you as a person, and after the 8th standard you felt that you were rejected or you were not accepted by them mostly, right? That's right.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Fast forward to your adult life right now also, do you feel that people judge you, people don't accept you much, you don't have too big a circle?
Ma'am, I was at 12th. I completed in my own city only. But for college days, I went to Chennai, near Chennai, one village, Melmaruthur. There, first year it was okay. There also the same problem. First year the students were able to mingle with me, but later they don't. They disrespect me. They are not acknowledged me. Even I hope when I say straightforward, they are not able to accept me. Why
Okay,
is
let me ask you a question. Do you accept yourself fully? Do you think you do everything that you should do for yourself rather before doing it for others?
No, ma'am, I will do for mine first, but I will help them. If anyone, Tamil medium students, they will come and ask me, you please explain this in English, Tamil, I will able to accept. They got my help. I'm not pinpointing them, but even now, after that, I went into depression. I got low marks
Do
and
you
I was
accept
failed.
yourself? Do you accept yourself that if I am good, I am good? I don't have, somebody shouldn't come and tell me that I am good. If I'm good, I am good. Do you accept that?
Yes, ma'am. Most of the times I will accept. Sometimes if it problems, I will ask my sister. She
To
will
accept
help
you.
me. Sometimes when I'm not able to succeed, I'm a dentist, ma'am. I completed BDS.
Okay.
Since I was not able to successfully come on my own will, on showing my talent, I'm not able to show in my college days. So at the time, so I thought, okay, it's no need for PG. I'm not able to complete on my own UG. So I stopped with that. I started working, ma'am. After
Okay.
working in some clinics, I got confidence till that, but I was taking tablets. Now only it has been reduced to 1.5 tablet. Before that, I will be taking tablets only. So I'm not oriented. Sometimes I will speak out of my rage. I will speak out of my anger.
Yeah.
Now only it has been controlled, but I want to improve myself. I want the main reason why they hurt me. They are saying
Yeah.
many things they are saying, but I am the soul. I am only speaking with them. I know what I'm speaking. The point of what they want to deliver, I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
not able to follow
So,
whatever they may say.
so in my work as a life coach, most causes of depression or anxiety are actually because we've not accepted ourselves fully. Okay. The transition from your 8th standard until your adulthood is actually also a peak time of your hormonal changes, right? Most often than not, we women, and not just women, even men for that matter, we start to, reject ourselves. We start to reject ourselves. We start to feel less of ourselves. Okay. That is also a time when we are going through emotional changes. And if we do not find strength in our family to support us during that time emotionally, and when we are constantly told that we are not good enough, a lot of times we start to believe we are not good enough. Okay. And when we believe we are not good enough, we don't have to say it to anybody, but automatically our environment responds or reflects that, mirrors that back to us. So today, if you ask your childhood friends and say, why were you ignoring me? Why were you not accepting me? Why were you rejecting me or judging me? They wouldn't have an answer. But I'll give you the answer. The answer is that at that time of your life, you were rejecting yourself. Okay. You were not accepting yourself fully. You were actually not happy with yourself. You were angry with your environment. And your friends, your immediate environment was only mirroring that back to you. And then
What
what happens is, and in this, what happens is we start to become a people pleaser. Everything we are constantly thinking that how do I make this person happy so that this person comes under my wing, this person becomes my friend, or this person likes me. We are constantly struggling to make people like us. Whereas the truth is, when you will show up for yourself, and by that I mean you stay authentic. Forgive people of the past, whatever happened has happened. But now today, you be authentic. You be true to yourself. If it is wrong, it is wrong. If it is right, it is right. If you like this, take it. If you don't like it, don't take it. When you show up for yourself, you will realize that your environment will start to respond equally by more acceptance, by more inclusion. Make sense?
acceptance? Literally, I can mean what is behind that acceptance word, ma'am?
You asking me?
Yes, ma'am.
Meaning what?
Acceptance.
Of self-acceptance?
Yeah, she wants to understand, yes, that how can I accept myself? Like she doesn't understand that. Like, what does it mean by? Right? Am I right?
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. By accept, so I'll give you an exercise for the next 7 days. What you will do is that every time you're interacting with anybody, okay, anybody means anybody in the family, friends, colleagues, patients, anybody, auto wala, shop wala, anybody. For the next 7 days, you will interact with them with a smile. Okay. And number 2, whatever is your original thought, you will say that. Okay, no making stories, no lying, no telling lies, not telling anybody to, do a certain thing because you feel that person will like that more. For 7 days. For 7 days, be authentic. Accept yourself fully. By acceptance, I mean being truly authentic to your own self. Say what you mean what you say.
I have to talk with them what I think.
Sorry?
You told me to show what is the thought.
Whatever. When you are talking to somebody, just say what is the true thought in your mind. Do not lie.
Okay, ma'am.
Or do not make it like, go round and round only to make them happy. Say what is on your mind.
Yeah. So are you comfortable even if they, you say something that you think that they will feel bad, but you think that this is your original thought and you want to convey. So being a people pleaser.
Only for 7 days, be authentic. Okay. On the 8th day, go to my website, drop me an email and tell me how did it go.
I should speak with them. At the same time, I have to make a thought. I have to say to my mind the thought.
You have to, you have to say whatever is your thought in the mind.
Okay.
Not to please anybody, but genuinely being honest with yourself. Okay.
Thank you.
So whatever is there in your mind should be on your tongue. Now is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What you think, you speak.
Yes,
first thought. Okay, thank you, Rangne. Hope you found it useful.
Yes, ma'am, useful.
I have another question. It says, my hubby is very dominating, thinks he's great, shows up I'm inferior. Still, he left me along with my kids to US 6 years back to earn sufficiently to settle the kids and for our retirement. I struggle to communicate with them. He hardly listens to me and we end up in a cold war. Please suggest me how to communicate with him. He limits me in finances and other decisions. Okay. Thank you so much for this question. And I'm not naming because this is a direct message and from one of our participants, and it's not a global, broadcast message. So my dear, I just read your question and I understand that, people try and make you feel inferior. Okay. But which also means that we feel that the other person is superior. But let me tell you, superiority is actually a mask that people wear to hide their own inferiority. Okay. When somebody has a deep inferiority complex, one of the only ways that that person has to deal with that vulnerability, that vulnerable feeling of, being inferior, is to actually wear the mask of being superior. Okay. So superiority is actually a superiority complex is actually a mask that people wear to hide their own limitations, hide their own inferiority complex. Okay. Coming to your question, when you say that the person tries to make you feel inferior, you have two options. You can either wear the same mask of superiority, not that it's going to help you, but it's like win-win. It's like you are superior, so I am doubly superior to you. It doesn't help. What is that will help? Okay. How is it that you can help this situation? How is it that you can deal with a person who can actually become toxically, superior to actually show you down? Okay. One of the things, and I think I mentioned it also while I was talking, is to manage personal boundaries. Okay. And I will explain this. It's a topic very close to my heart. I coach a lot of people on how to manage personal boundaries. One of the key ways to manage personal boundaries is to clearly spell out for yourself first, before you even tell it to somebody else, to your partner or to your friends or anybody in the family. Ask yourself what is okay and what's not okay. Okay. A lot of times, to garner support, to get somebody to listen to you, we continue to thin down our personal boundaries. कि चलता है, अभी ये करने देते हैं, फिर देखेंगे, let me see, let me just allow him to do this much at least, maybe by this only he'll do this, then we'll see. Personal boundaries means to clearly spell out what's okay, what's not okay. If your husband left you 6 years back with the kids back home and he troubles you for finances, seek legal help. Seek legal help. If he's a father who's not willing to take care of you and children, seek legal help. He cannot run away from responsibility. I'm not equipped to really guide you on legal scenarios, legal processes. But all I'm saying is that seek help. If finances is what he troubles you for, with 2 children at hand, he abandoned you, please seek help. And for you to build confidence, find yourself back. Find yourself back. Draw your personal boundary. What's okay, what's not okay. You don't have to be a puppet in his hands. You are letting him make you a puppet is why you're dancing to his tunes and still getting, still suffering from, whatever he's doing. The day you draw your clear boundary, and respectfully, drawing boundaries does not mean to, cut somebody off. No, drawing boundary means to clearly be, in your space, knowing that this is okay. This I am okay with. This I'm not okay with. It's not okay. So strengthen your personal boundary. At the same time, seek help in case if there is an issue of abandonment there for you and your children. And you will automatically see that just about strengthening personal boundary itself will actually help you, really get confident. I see you've messaged me here. It's not that he's abandoned us. He comes once in a year and responsibly, what have you written? Responsible for the finances. So he does support you financially. He's not abandoned you. So you've written, sufficiently settle the kids for a time, I struggle to communicate. So, when you, I don't know, because, every story is unique. I don't know what your story. It's very difficult to actually, understand the story and the dynamics of it. But what I can say is that if you feel that it's difficult to communicate with your husband, first start becoming clear on your own boundaries, what's okay and what's not okay for you. The more you bend your own rules for him, just in the hope that he will listen to you, he will not listen to you. Our partners are a direct mirror of us. You don't draw your boundary, he will continue to trespass the boundary. right? You will be angry at yourself for letting him do that. He will automatically be toxically angry towards you. You become sweet and kind towards yourself, focus on yourself, focus on your health, focus on your children. Let him come when he comes. Anyways, you can't stop him from going. Anyways, you can't call him back and he'll come running. Let him go. Yeah. But when he comes back, remember your own boundaries. Do not breach your own boundaries. Strengthen your boundaries, bring in love to the situation, see where the things have gone wrong in your relationship, and then automatically start to work backwards. When you start changing something within yourself, you automatically see your partner starts to change. Your environment starts to change. Your environment starts to respond back to you with the same kind of energy. I hope that helps. Okay. Any other questions that we have?
Yeah, so that's very close to my heart, what you have just said. You know, when you change, the people around you change. And
Yes, it does.
I talk a lot about. That have been my journey also. And I keep talking about also this. So yeah, I was just thinking of something. It is easy when there's no adversity, but how to deal with failures and how to still have, maintain that confidence.
Okay.
How to deal with failures,
Okay. So
setbacks, and bounce
as
back.
a coach, I always say this. I know it sounds cliched, but there are no failures.
True. They are just learnings.
So we either win or we learn a lesson. We never fail.
True.
However, assuming that something that's a lesson, we are calling it a failure because there's no win, how do you deal with that? Now, that could be a failure at work, that could be a failure at school, study, that could be a failure of relationship, that could be a failure of business, or anything that comes in the view of something not gone right, okay, the way we wanted. How do you deal with that? First of all, you have to ask yourself, what were you doing that for? What was your purpose of doing that? Okay. Let me take a very simple day-to-day example. When you say, I want to lose 10 kgs of weight, okay, I have been running every day and I have not even lost an ounce. That's a failure. Okay, it's been 3 months. I have not lost even, 100 grams. So I have failed. Okay. So now my question is that what was your purpose? What's your purpose? Was your purpose to lose 10 kgs of weight? No. Why were you trying to lose 10 kgs of weight? Because you wanted to feel lighter. Why did you want to feel lighter? You wanted to feel good about your body. Why did you want to feel good about your body? Because you wanted to feel good here. So that people view you well, so that you feel good about yourself, so that you can wear some nice clothes, etc. Right? And why did you want to feel good with people and everybody around? Because you want to live a healthy life. You want to live a happy life. Right? So if not losing 10 kgs of weight as a goal has failed, if you've not been able to meet the goal of losing 10 kgs in 3 months, the purpose still remains the same. The purpose is to feel happy. The purpose is to feel good about yourself. The purpose is to feel healthy. This was just a goalpost. Goalposts can keep changing. If not via this way, maybe there is a detour. Right? But that doesn't mean that you wouldn't get where you want. There are ways and means that you can get there. Maybe running is not something that you probably your body is taking to lose weight. Maybe there's something else. So when you look at that problem, when you actually self-reflect and ask yourself, what was my purpose of doing this? And focus on the purpose. You don't have to focus on the goal. When you focus on the purpose and keep your eye on the purpose, your goalposts might change, but you will still get where you want to be. Which is why there are no failures. There are either wins, that you win a goalpost, or there is a lesson learned and you take a detour to get to your purpose. That's what I have to say on that. Make sense?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So something is, I just got reminded of fear of rejections.
Mm-hmm.
So many a time people come across of this fear of a rejection, and that doesn't allow them to take decision in their life also, or just the thing that you have said, na, that is taking leftover, or not taking simply decision. They know this is right for them, but somehow, and self doubts also, so all this is like, if you have low confidence, you will have self doubts also, fear of rejection also, that, and then you just give up, you don't venture out, you do not you know try out new things that, that if I do this, I can be better. But there's a lot of fears are there. Is there any tools or technique that you can suggest, that some kind of a inner deep work they can do to
So,
get the clarity?
um, quite honestly, fear of rejection is not really a fear. Okay.
Okay.
Fear of rejection is not really a fear of rejection. Fear of rejection is actually a deep-seated feeling, or the fear of not being good enough.
Yes, I agree with that.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So only when we have a deep feeling of not being good enough, or not being likable, or not being deserving of something that we truly want, is when we actually get very scared of rejection.
Mm-hmm.
When we start to believe that, I am who I am, and we're all unique, and I bring to the table that probably nobody else will, we automatically start to believe that what's right for us will come our way. And there is no single tool, quite honestly, for fear of rejection, except to start working on your own self-worth, start upping your self-worth, start finding your identity. Do not procrastinate on every time you feel rejected by somebody or not accepted by somebody. Remind yourself that I'm not accepted by this person because probably we were not on the same page. It's most of the times it's nothing to do with you, it's to do with them. When we are actually passing a judgment on somebody, or when we are actually judging somebody, it's not about that person at all. It's actually us trying to project our own past experience or emotional state of mind. So if in my background, I feel that, a person like this is a loser, so when I meet somebody and I see a person projecting the same kind of quality, I'd be like, you know what, I know this kind of a person is a loser. Is it about that person being a loser? Not really. It's about that loser who was a loser, and I have that in my head that a person like this is always a loser, and therefore I'm judging this person as a loser.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Okay, great. So we have one more question here. Once you hit your bed, you feel a bit breathlessness on spot, on some pain in your body, etc. Unconsciously, it doesn't help you sleep while you are actually sleepy. How to overcome this?
Okay. So thanks, Madhvi, for that question. I have done an extensive talk on this, on how to actually release pains from the body, especially non-clinical pains, which do not really have any clinical prognosis. And we still feel some of these, sensations in the body, which are discomforting. When you go to bed and you feel the pain in your body, I mean, of course, there are processes that, maybe this is not the space for me to really train somebody on that. Maybe you need to sign up for a different session on that. But what you need to do is to understand where in the body is this pain coming from. Every part of our body stores a different kind of emotion in the body. Okay. So like our entire spine has been divided into sections, and Louise L. Hay's book called Heal Your Body puts it very beautifully. Each part of the spine has been divided into different organs and different emotion associated with it. So if the pain in the body is at a specific part, we actually ask you to go back to that emotion and deal with that emotion. And I'll take an example. Supposedly your pain is actually in the shoulders. Okay. Supposedly the pain is at the back of your shoulders to your shoulder blade. And that's where it's all coming from. And it's not letting you sleep. It's so discomforting. Most often than not, shoulder pains are actually to do with feeling overburdened, or actually lugging somebody else's monkey on your back. It's like taking somebody else's work responsibility on you and feeling overburdened, feeling bogged down, right? When you start to reflect back on those areas of your life where you're overburdening yourself, you start to release some of that stress. And there are ways. The breath work, of course, is one of the very beautiful tools to deal with this. There are other techniques. EFT is something that I can suggest, emotional freedom technique. You can Google up and learn about that. You can even go to my Facebook. I have done a whole video on how to do EFT right. So these are some of the techniques to actually see. Emotions are actually emotion, energy in motion. And when that energy is not in motion, it gets stuck in some of your body parts and causes pain. Okay, Madhvi? So when you start to deal with those emotions, you set that energy in motion and you automatically release that pain and get beautiful sleep. Yeah. Okay.
Hello, ma'am. I had one question. Can I?
Yes, please. Who's that?
Yeah.
Get your name, please.
Shania, yeah.
Yes, Shanaya.
Actually, just because you said the word EFT, just hit my mind that as a child, and I'm a parent as well. So I always tell my child that if she complains, Mama, mera stomach dukta, example, I'm just giving you. So during menses or say whatsoever reason. So I said, please don't go on saying that, because once you go on saying that, you are passing on the message that yeah, it is going to pain you, even if it is not paining you. That is what I tell her. But in AFT, we go on saying that, affirming that it's a pain, and I'm taking it. So is it the contradict statement or?
No. Hold it there. So if I heard you right, you just said that, you just said to me, I'm sorry. You just said to me that, when your daughter says that she has pain in the stomach and she continues to say that I have pain here, you tell her not to say it because, if you say it, it will increase, right? That's what you said?
During menses especially. 4-5 days, she is exam sluggish and all that, So I tell her, okay, you be brave, be strong, beta. That's going to be whole of her life. See, we also face tam, and we go on saying as a parent,
Yeah, so Shanana, so the first thing is that do not deny or do not reject a real feeling. Never say no, that's what happened in our childhood, right? When we got angry, our parents said, "Gussa karna kharab baat hai. Don't get angry. Angry is not being angry is not nice."
A little sweeter tone, I say. I mean, I was a little straight to you, but for her, I'm little.
No, I understand. But all I'm saying is that if a child and if a teenager or anybody, if a person who's dependent on you emotionally comes up to you and says that, my stomach is aching, I'm feeling sluggish, I'm feeling so bad, I'm feeling so low, I'm feeling so down and out. First of all, acknowledge and honor that for as many times as your child is saying.
Okay.
As a parent, all you need to do is to ask that, is there something I can do for you to help you with this?
But then this is every month's story, and the younger one also follows her. She also,
so that has to, there is a pain. Maybe they are just seeking your attention that time.
Yeah, there is pain for sure. But the only question I had, because aisa hai कि we keep on saying, but in EFT, we keep on saying. So is it not to say, or is it EFT, keep on saying?
No, so in EFT, we only deposit the problems here. Go through the video. Please go through the video. In EFT, we deposit the problems here because these are the nerve endings. We only deposit the problems here. Okay. Even if I have huge stomach ache, right? Even if I have a huge problem with my stomach ache right now, even if I have, the severe pain that is making me feel sluggish, that's making me feel down, that is making me feel so down and out, I deeply and completely accept my pain. I deeply and completely accept my pain. I deeply and completely accept my pain. EFT is about moving the lymph nodes energy, clearly from your body through all
collarbone and underarm.
the problems are only here.
Oh.
Okay. So please see the technique properly. But for the starters, honor their pain. Do not get bored by it. It's just a few years. They'll be gone. You'll be an empty nester soon.
No, thank you so much. Actually, maybe I was halfly informed about the EFT. I just saw a video some days back, and I said, should we pass? I mean, bolna hai ya nahi bolna hai? Matlab, it is contradicting, na? So, am I wrong as a parent or
Yukti has sent you my link to the video of my Facebook this thing, so you can check that.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much. Thank you so much
for this clarification. Yeah. You're welcome. Madhvi has written that the pain, the previous question was the pain on the feet and calves. So Madhvi, please, like I said, the pain of the feet and calves is always about your inability to move on in life, to move forward in life. When we feel incapacitated to move on in life, which is when your feet's pain. So now having known that, start doing your breath work or your EFT to actually release pain from your feet and calves. Okay? Now coming to, I just got a question from Beena. Beena has said, I am into direct marketing. If somebody says no to my proposal, I won't be able to convince them and face the person again after the first rejection. So how do I advance myself in my career and get my work done by convincing people? Okay. So thank you, Beena, for this question. I don't see you here on my screen. Your video is off, maybe.
Can you please open your video?
I don't know. Okay, anyway.
Okay, now we can see you.
Okay, can we? Why can't I? 1 second. Okay. Yes. So you see, and I'll give you a very quick tip, a very quick question that you can ask yourself. When you say that you're in direct marketing, and if somebody rejects your proposal to convince them, it gets very difficult for you to sort of go back to that person again, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Right? My question to you is that ask yourself, when that person really says a no to you on a particular proposal or on a particular offering, are they rejecting you or are they rejecting that product or service at that point in time? Maybe they are not able to pay. Maybe at that time they don't need it. Maybe they do not have the time to explore it. The rejection is not about you. The rejection is about that offering. Yes. And it's not about you. So you can always go back and ask the person. We find it difficult. We lose confidence when we start to take everything very personally at work. You know what I'm saying? That when somebody says no means that person has rejected me and I therefore cannot take the next step. The point is that rejection is never about you.
That I know.
Yeah, right? So remember, yes. You know this already. Remember this. When somebody rejects, it's the product. Is there incapacity to pay? Is there incapacity to probably give you time at that time to understand the product well? Maybe there is no need at that point in time, but there could be a need in the future. You can, whenever somebody says a no to your proposal, you can always ask them that, can I come back? Will there be a need in the near future when we can connect again? Right? Leave a foot in the door that time. And I'm sure you will get your clients back.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. So I have another message from somebody which says, though I like myself and accept myself completely and even communicate and express very openly and honestly, but still I don't feel myself perfect. And I expect everything to be done in a perfect way. And I usually procrastinate with a fear of this not doing perfectly. And I also become very anxious, mostly due to stage fear and public speaking and not able to present in such situations. I feel this is a big obstacle for my growth and not able to overcome. Could you please advise how to overcome this? Okay. So, well, you started by saying, and I'm not taking the name since it's a direct message. You started by saying that you accept yourself and you like yourself completely. And you are also very expressive. You also communicate very openly and honestly. But you don't feel that you're perfect and you actually chase perfection. So my dear, we chase perfection only when we are constantly under self-doubt. Nobody is perfect. Nothing is perfect. The world itself is not perfect. Neither is our lives. But nonetheless, that's cliched. If you feel constantly not being perfect or not being enough, which means there is still some scope of self-improvement when it comes to accepting yourself. Can I give you a quick tip here? Maybe not. I don't really have one tip, because it's a journey of actually realizing what parts of you actually you've not reclaimed back yet. You might want to sign up a coaching with me, and I will definitely help you overcome this. You will be able to overcome. Yeah. I know I haven't answered your question, but that's not a question that I can answer here, really. Okay. Any other questions?
Yeah, so I would like to ask one question, going back
Yes.
to the basics that you have shared to
Okay.
conflict management. Okay.
Yeah.
What are the things, few tips that you would give when there's a conflict going on in the life people are facing, the real time situations are happening. We know that, okay, we need to manage conflict better to have better confidence. So what is that few tips, or 3 tips, 4 tips, 5 tips that you can share now with us?
Okay. If you could
So
give me
what
an
kind
example.
of an awareness? So what kind of an awareness?
Do you have a real-time example of your own life that I could help you with?
Actually not, to be honest.
Okay.
I
So,
didn't think, but it came to my mind to ask you.
Okay. So let me take an example. So you want to buy something for your house.
Sorry
and
to interrupt you, Ritu. If anyone else from the audience would like to share any of the example here, we would
examples
love
that
to.
I can explain with? Yes, of course, please.
Excuse me, madam.
Yeah.
Excuse me, madam.
Yes.
Madam, this is Tulsi Kumar from
Please,
Mangalore.
just a sec. Yeah, can you just...
Please put
Madam,
on
this
your...
this is Tulsi Kumar from Mangalore.
Yes,
Yeah, can you
Tulsi.
please open your video, first of all?
Sure, ma'am. Sure.
Please keep your videos on. Anyone who wish to speak, plus message us first so that we can bring you here properly. Huh?
Yes.
Madam, as a leader, I was in a different positions. As a leader, I helped many people. I helped many people. But when the leadership changes, you will come to know that some people are cheated you from back. Okay, you are very sure they cheated you, but still now we have to work along. Okay, so when I see their face, I feel that what is the point in laughing with or giving a smile to the person who is surely a cheater, who is surely a backbiter. So I don't share a smile. I don't talk. I don't look into that direction.
Don't smile.
But still, there is a what tell me that something makes me to think. Is it correct or wrong? Something like that. But I'm sure, I'm very confident. There is no point in discussing or giving simply a fake smile for the person who is not genuine.
Course, yeah. What's your question, Tulsi?
We have to work many years. We are working together. There are some different situation comes wherein we have to talk to each other. So I'm able to talk, but not from the whole heart or not properly. There is something stopping me to discuss or talk, because I strongly believe in if the person is not honest, there is no point in talking or giving a smile or wishing in the morning or something like that.
So what's your question?
This is my question. So
What is your question?
am I doing rightly? If I'm right from inside, why I feel that why I feel discomfort inside? I'm not talking to 2-3 people.
Okay. So to answer to your question, is it right or wrong? So quite honestly, there are no rights, no wrongs. Okay. Whatever feels right to you is right for you. It may not be right for me. It might not be right for you. See, what's right for you is right for you.
Yes.
Number one, because I am not in your situation, but of course I've worked in corporate for many years. So I kind of know what you're saying. I understand your your issue right now. What I understand is that you feel angered. There is a passive anger, Tulsi, that all of us have when somebody wrongs us. Okay?
Yes.
We do not want to confront it. We do not want to speak up. We do not want to fight about it because we have to work in the same environment. But there is anger.
Yes.
Okay. But there is anger, and when there is anger and it is not released, when we've not got a closure in that situation with that person, it continues to bother us and it continues to dip our energy.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Sure.
Now, there's a very beautiful way to deal with this. Okay. First of all, sit yourself down and ask yourself that what could have been the intention of this person to backbite you.
Okay.
Always ask yourself, what could be this person's intention to actually backbite you? A person's intention in any conflict, nobody is ever intending to actually harm you.
Okay.
Nobody has anything to do with anybody else. Let me tell you this. This is all bullshit. Okay. I will never harm you. You will never harm me.
Okay.
If we are in a transaction and if something harms me, it's because you were trying to protect yourself from something.
Okay.
And not harm me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I understand.
For example, if there is a boss, he has two people, he has to promote one person out of the leadership team. You've done a great job, but he promotes the other person.
Okay.
And now you have to work with the same boss, but you can't tell him that, boss, why did you do wrong to me? I was supposed to be promoted.
Yes.
First of all, ask yourself, what is my boss's intention? Was my boss's intention to harm me or give me the loss? No.
No, if he's supporting somebody else, means he is harming you only, no, ma'am.
That is what you feel because you are harmed. It's your loss at the end. But was his intention to harm you? Intention was not to harm you. Intention was to actually help the other person and get a stronger team because he probably is more pally with this person and not you.
Okay.
See, what I'm trying to say, if you take it personally that everything was harm towards me, you will continue to reel in that anger.
Okay.
You will continue to have that anger in your heart. And when you have that anger in your heart, you'll not be able to smile at that person or talk to that person.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So either you speak up. If you have that anger, either you speak up. If you're not speaking up, ask yourself, what was that person's intention? Was he really wanting to harm me? No. His intention was to help somebody else and build his own, people, build his own people team
group,
and not his own group, his own this thing, and not you. But it was nothing to do with you. It is just that you were like harmed in the process because you were also part of the same team.
Yes.
He was not aiming at you. He was aiming for somebody else to help the other person.
Yes,
so
maybe.
Forgive that person because that intention is never to harm you.
Okay. In the process, I got this one.
In the process, you got sabotaged.
Okay. Yes. Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you, Tulsi. I hope you found it useful.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Great.
So you were asking me, Yukti, about that example on conflict and some tips on what people could do. So since we don't have any question or any examples from the group, let me take an example. So let's take a very silly day-to-day example from a household. You want to buy a piece of furniture and the man and the woman in the house do not agree on a certain thing. Okay. Now, huge conflict because the guy wants to buy something and the lady wants to buy something else. Okay. Now, how do you deal with this conflict? Now, this can be a marriage deal breaker or a maker. So in many households, so how do you deal with this? So in any conflict situation, the first thing that one needs to be mindful of is to know what you're fighting for. Okay. If it's just some of the things that you can come to a mutual compromise upon, I think it's workable. It can happen through open communication. Okay. But if it's something which is a critical decision that needs to be taken, one of the things that one needs to be mindful of, or one needs to be very clear, is what you want. Okay. conflicts arise when we don't want what the other person is saying, but we don't know what we want. I know what I don't want, but I don't know what I want. Right? So one of the major issues of any conflict is actually not knowing what you want. So first of all, be clear on what you want. So that's point number one. At least be clear on what you want. Okay. Second thing in any conflict is that when you know what you want, also know what part of that wanting is compromisable and what's a non-negotiable. Right? Because there are certain things that you'll be like, well, if this bit of it is taken care of, I'm okay to compromise on that part. As long as we buy this fridge in the house, which has double door, even if it doesn't have an ice dispenser, I should be okay with it. Because my partner wants a fridge which is below 1 lakh. The one with an ice dispenser is 1.25, and I'm sticking on to 1.25. So I am okay to step back on that ice dispenser, but double door, I'm very clear I want. So the first thing is know what you want. Number two, in that wanting, know what is negotiable, what is a non-negotiable. Okay. And three, always be clear on your intention. Okay. Always be clear on your intention. Is your intention to really pick up a fight with that partner or with that person or in that situation? Or is your intention to actually make a point or clearly spell out that I want this because of this? If you have your own buy-in on your own choices, you will automatically see that people will see that assuredness inside of you for your choices that you're wanting to make. And you will face less of rejection, you will face less of denial, you will face less of backlash. So that's my 3 bits.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Wow, very nice. I can so much relate to it for sure. And I hope everyone here were able to relate to it also. So thank you. Thank you so much, Ritu, for this wonderful, wonderful talk and great conversation, the interaction that we had. So everyone, please let me know how have been been today's session experience. Just let me know in message box. And here is, I'm just gonna share the YouTube link also with you all, so that you can rewatch. And make sure that you please share it with your family, friends, and let them also get benefit with the tips, with the real life example that Ritu has shared with every one of us. Yeah. Thank you, Tulsi. Thank you so much. Thank you, Rose. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. It was wonderful. Rather than video, this is more interactive. So seeing a video is far categorizing low rather than this section. So I rate it high. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shanana. We would have loved to see you. If you could have kept your video on, please.
Ma'am, there are no lights, so sorry. So I won't be able to.
No worries. No worries. Thank you so much, Shanana. Thank you so much. Yeah. Great. Wow, what a wonderful session. Thank you, dear Ritu. Now it's time for a few things. I would like to firstly quickly share a few things, Ritu.
I won't be able to.
Yeah, please keep yourself. Let me just mute. You can unmute yourself, Ritu. When you need to speak, you can unmute yourself. So thank you so much, Ritu. And from our community, from all of us in Yuktines, we would like to just give you a small token of appreciation, gratitude for you. But thank you so much for being the part of Health Talks with the Experts held today, 19th August 2023. And as a gesture, we will be sharing with you a Flow app access also with you that you can enjoy 1 month. That Flow app is all about breath work, meditation practices, mindset ritual practices. And I will share with you a navigation video also, because there are like 700 plus triggers. And knowing your taste and the kind of work you do, I am 100% sure that you're going to certainly enjoy it a lot. Okay. So I will connect to you, and you will get it in your email, all the accesses and everything. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you everyone for listening.
So thank you, everyone. Before we wind up the session, let's take some quick deep breaths. And I'm also going to do one more session in the evening. You all can jump in. I'm just sharing here. If you are connected with me through via any which ways, WhatsApp, Telegram, or email, you must have got it. So we are having a every Saturday anyway. I go live 9 p.m. on Yoga with Yuktness. So make sure that you please do join for this session also. Thank you, Kavita. Where we will be healing our emotions with money. Money that is, we are very scared of talking about it. So let's do some healing on managing our emotions with money also. Okay, so if you are all ready for the breath work practice, just message me here ready so that I can give you some instructions, and let's just center our awareness, breathe. Can you all just message me here ready? And my humble request to everyone is that make sure that please do check out this YouTube video and do share your learnings. What have been your biggest takeaway from this whole talk that you have been presented today, that you're gonna make a note and start imbibing? Maybe a small things that you can certainly do. Ready? Okay. Everyone sit upright. Let's start with, take a deep breath in and breathe out through your nose only. I want you to keep your right palm over your belly, another hand over your chest. Shoulders are relaxed. Sit upright. If you're sitting on a chair, make sure that both the feet are firmly on the ground. Press your sit bones, spine neutral and erect. Right palm over your belly, another hand over your chest region. Close your eyes. And just be aware of your breath. Just be present with your breath. Keep your facial muscles relaxed. Just become aware. Relax your forehead, your eyebrows, your eyeballs, your cheeks. Your jaws, nostrils, jawbones, lips, mouth, tongue. Just relax your whole face. Now that you are experiencing being aware of your breath, where your breath is, where do you feel? In your chest, in your belly, in your nose, where is prominently that you're feeling your breath without any judgment, whether it is right or wrong, just be aware. Now that you are aware, next, just observe. Is it shallow? Is it deep? Are you moving your chest more? You feel your breath more in your chest and your shoulders are moving, or you feel it in your belly more? Just be aware. Keep your hands gently only over your belly and over your chest. Don't press it, so that you can allow the movement of your belly Inhale, everyone, and let's do little walk with our breath and expand your belly region. Exhale, let your belly falls back. Inhale and expand. Exhale, release. Inhale and expand. Exhale, release. Inhale and expand. Exhale, release. Complete focus on your movement of your breath. Inhale and expand. Exhale, release. Inhale and expand. Exhale, release. Inhale and expand. Exhale, release. Inhale fully and feel as if your cells are getting deeply oxygenated. Exhale, release all the toxins from your system, from your body and mind. Inhale and expand. Exhale, release. Inhale and feel the flow of your breath going deeper and deeper. Exhale, release. Inhale and expand. Feel the strength. Exhale, let go, empty yourself. Inhale and expand. Exhale, release. Continue this rhythm of breathing. Inhale and expand. Exhale, release. Inhale and expand. Exhale, release. Without any sound of your breath, try that. Inhale and expand. Exhale, release. Breathe as if you're not breathing only. Inhale and expand. Exhale, release. Only feel the sensation of your breath. Inhale and expand. Exhale, release. Inhale and expand. Exhale, release. Feel that the sound of your breath is going lower and lower and then silent. Inhale and expand. Exhale, release. Inhale and expand. Spine neutral, it's neutral only. Exhale, release. Shoulders down and relaxed. Inhale and expand. Exhale, release. Facial muscles relax completely. Inhale and expand. Exhale, release. Inhale and expand and hold your breath. Hold as long as you can comfortably hold. No fighting, no choking, no bandhas. Just be fully present. What is happening to you right here, right now? Just process that. Just be aware. And whenever you feel like breathing, please breathe. Be gentle with your breath. Be honest. Not a show of time. Breathe. Slowly, with control, release. Resume your normal breath. Your breath is gradually becoming slower, deeper, and calmer, and so is your mind. Experience being fully present, this stillness, this calmness. Gradually become aware of the space you are in, the object around you, your contact point. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Rub your palms. Take it to your eyes. Inhale deeply and exhale. You can gently press both the palms over your eyes, your face, your temple region. Give a gentle massage, your neck, your shoulders, your upper arms, elbows, forearms, palms connecting to your heart, chest, abdomen, back, hip, thighs, knees, legs, and feet. Take a deep breath in and stretch your arm. And as you breathe out, bring your palms at the heart center, shoulders rolled back, and just say, I'm grateful to my breath. I'm grateful to my healthy body, mind, and soul. I'm grateful to this whole universe. Thank you all. Thank you so much. Stay blessed, breathe wellness, and abundance. You all can open your eyes and let me know, how are you feeling? Everyone? One word, how are you all feeling now? With this, we have come to the end of our Health Talks with Experts in the August month. So thank you all. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, dear Ritu, for joining us and sharing your plethora of immense knowledge and wisdom with all our participants. And very been conversational. And I'm truly happy that people have got major breakthroughs also. Right. Thank you. I will just bring you here on screen. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, dear. With this, thank you, dear. With this, we have come to an end. Thank you so much, everyone. Stay blessed, breathe wellness in abundance, and keep working on yourself. Never lose that. Okay. Stay focused. You are your first and most important priority. You are the most important person of your life. Don't forget that. With this, signing off, Yuktiraj Kishore with RITU GUPTA, our today's coach, life coach, and alternative therapist coach.